Hello everyone, it is another Friday Sews, and guess what? It is February, and this month we're going to have so much fun because I'm going to be sewing with Ankara fabric. So that's what we're going to get into today. I want to thank all of my subscribers who have subscribed to my channel for my very first month of joining the Friday Sews community. I just want to thank you all for just being here. It is because of you that we're able to create that atmosphere for us to celebrate our grace, beauty, and style. Well, my name is Tanya, and those of you who are just now joining me for the first time, you may be wondering, what is Friday Sews? Well, it was created by Jen with Today in Jen's Sewing Room. She created the hashtag so that the sewing community can come together to learn from one another, to share what we're working on, and just to keep us motivated throughout the year. So we do this every Friday. So I thank you all for coming to join me for another Friday. So let's get started. All right, first let's talk about what I am wearing today. This is a top that I made last year. It is McCall's 7247, and I did View D. That is what the model is wearing there. You do not see View A on the front, it is on the back, so I will show you the line drawing there. This is an easy sew. Let me show you. Let's go over here, and we'll talk about this in a second, right? So this is the front and the back. I had just enough fabric to do the front and the back, the crisscross here. I had an old skirt that I was able to do the sleeves with. This is a terry knit. So there's the back. You got this high-low going on here, right? So I love it. It's nice and comfortable. So that is McCall's 7247. There you go. So this is what I finished for this week, and this is the off-the-shoulder pattern, Simplicity 9679. Talked about that last week, right? I showed you 3 different fabrics that I would be using. I used 2 of the 3. The problem that I was having with this particular pattern, the shoulder was falling off. So you see this little part here, that shoulder was not staying up. So I end up sewing this together at the top there, and I added a bow for this one. And the second material that I used was, this was a little slippery. It was a little harder to work with, but I made it through. But once again, I attached the shoulder. So let me see if I can get it closer. That's the shoulder there. Only because that little piece was coming off the shoulder. I don't know if it was the fabric or the size to this. But that's the project that I finished last week. Right. So I did View A and I did View C of that. So let's talk about my projects that I'm going to be working on for the month of February. I wanted to work on Ankara fabric, so everything that I'm going to sew this month will be with Ankara fabric. And I also picked out some patterns to go with the fabric. So this first fabric here I got from Hobby Lobby. I just happened to walk in and they had a sale. Why does that always happen, right? When you go somewhere, there's a sale. So I got everything that was left. I believe there's about 3.5 yards of this. It's not enough to do this pattern, this KnowMe pattern that I want to do. and it's ME2006. That's the pattern number. I want to do the long version without the sleeves. So, and I may have to cut it off a little bit shorter because all I have is 3.5 yards. And this long version requires 5.25 yards of fabric. And I was inspired by one of my favorite YouTubers, Talisha, Creativity by T. She made this dress with Ankara fabric, and it was beautiful, absolutely beautiful. It was a red Ankara. So I decided to use this and do this version with no sleeves. So we'll see how that comes out. I'm a little intimidated by this because of the buttons. I have done buttonholes before, but I'm not 100% confident in my ability to do buttons. So that'll be a challenge for me for this week. And thinking of challenges, I'm making this particular dress for the Black History Month pattern challenge. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, so I will put it on the screen and put all the information down in the description if you want to join that monthly challenge with us this month. The next pattern that I want to work on is McCall's 8113, and I want to do View B. I want to do this view right here, and the fabric a little thicker than the last fabric there. But I thought that would be a perfect match with this pattern. This fabric I got from a fabric store in the Philadelphia area back in October, and I want to make a jacket. So I want to use Simplicity 8844, and I want to do View A. Okay. Eventually I want to make all three. And the last one that I want to work on is a Ellie & Mac. It is a romper, off the shoulder romper, and it's meant for knit fabrics. So I happen to have this knit fabric, and I got this fabric from a company called Fabric World in Stone Mountain, Georgia. It's where I find all my large pieces of remnants from. So I thought this would make a perfect fit with this pattern. Okay, so that's all printed out. A little bit about life this week, and had the opportunity to hang out at a antique shop, and I just happened to find a pattern. This is a vintage pattern, and I got this pattern because of the princess seams, and the cover has the instructions. So when you unfold this, you'll have your instructions, and then you've got the pattern pieces in there. Sometime this year, I may get an opportunity to make that. And I also did a little bit of shopping this week as well. I bought a pair of shoes that would go great with this fabric here. I'm not a shoe person, but I had to get these shoes. I thought they were fun. Nice and sparkly. I think it will go great with the romper that I want to make, right? I think so. What do you think? Well, I thank you all for joining me for another Friday Sews. If you made it this far, I would love for you to give me a thumbs up, and please subscribe so that you can see the projects as I finish them week after week. So everyone, have a great day.